Have you ever pondered the stories that lurk behind the walls of Alcatraz, America's most infamous prison? This is no ordinary island. It's a place shrouded in mystery and etched in history, a place that has seen the best and worst of humanity. Alcatraz, or the Rock as it is often called, sits ominously in the heart of San Francisco Bay. Its isolation made it the perfect site for a military fortress, its original purpose when it was constructed in the mid-19th century. It was a beacon of defense, a sentinel standing guard over the bay, ready to protect the city from potential invaders. But as time marched on, Alcatraz's role evolved. The military fortress was transformed into a maximum security prison in the early 20th century, a prison designed to hold the most dangerous of America's criminals. The isolated island, once a symbol of protection, became a symbol of confinement and punishment. Alcatraz was not just any prison. It was America's most secure prison, a place from which escape was thought to be impossible. The chilling waters of San Francisco Bay, the treacherous currents, and the sheer isolation of the island all combined to make Alcatraz a fortress of despair for those who were incarcerated there. The prison housed some of America's most notorious criminals, individuals whose names are still synonymous with crime and violence. Yet, within these walls, there was also a sense of order, a strict regime that was designed to break the will of even the most hardened criminals. And then there are the stories, the tales of attempted escapes, of desperate men willing to risk everything for freedom. Some of these stories have become legend, tales of ingenuity, bravery, and desperation. Alcatraz, a name that still sends chills down the spine, started its journey as a beacon of defense, only to turn into a symbol of dread and despair. As we delve deeper into the enigma of Alcatraz, we'll explore its transformation from military fortress to maximum security prison, and the stories that have made it one of the most infamous places in American history. The transition of Alcatraz from a military fortress to a prison island is a tale worth delving into. In the mid-19th century, Alcatraz was not a place of punishment, but a beacon of defense. As the United States expanded westward, the need for a military stronghold on the San Francisco Bay was paramount. Alcatraz, with its strategic location, was the ideal spot. Thus, in the 1850s, it was fortified into a military base. During the Civil War, Alcatraz served a crucial role. Its guns protected the bay, while its isolation made it the perfect place to hold Confederate sympathizers and prisoners of war. However, as the war ended and the frontier pushed further west, Alcatraz's role as a defensive bastion diminished. But the island's isolation did not lose its value. As the 19th century drew to a close, the military saw a new use for Alcatraz. Its isolation, which once protected the bay, could now be used to isolate society's most dangerous elements. In the late 1850s, Alcatraz began its transformation into a military prison. What drove this transformation? The reasons were manifold. The fort was already there, and its remote location made escape nearly impossible. Moreover, the harsh conditions of the island, the cold, the wind, the currents, were seen as additional deterrents for potential troublemakers. The island's transformation was not without controversy. Some saw it as an inhumane solution, a place where men would be forgotten and left to rot. Others, however, saw it as a necessary evil. They argued that society needed a place to house its most dangerous criminals, and Alcatraz, with its isolation and formidable defenses, was the perfect place. And so, as the 19th century gave way to the 20th, Alcatraz shifted from a beacon of defense to a beacon of despair. From a place of protection, it became a place of punishment. The island's guns, which once protected the bay, now kept watch over society's outcasts. As the winds of change swept across Alcatraz, it began a new chapter in its history, a chapter filled with darkness and despair. As the iron gates of Alcatraz closed behind its prisoners, the world outside ceased to exist for them. The prison years of Alcatraz, spanning from the 1930s to the 1960s, were marked by an austere regime and notorious inmates, making it a place of dread and fascination. Inside the high walls and chilling waters that enclosed Alcatraz, the prison operated under a strict code of conduct. Silence was golden, and the rule of no communication was enforced with an iron fist. The inmates were reduced to numbers, stripped of their identities. The prison housed some of America's most dangerous criminals, including the likes of Al Scarface Capone and Robert Birdman Stroud. Capone, the infamous gangster, was a man who once had the city of Chicago in his grip, but in Alcatraz, he was just another inmate playing his banjo in the prison band. Stroud, on the other hand, found solace in studying birds, earning him his nickname. But within the confines of Alcatraz, there were no birds to study, only the harsh realities of life. Life inside Alcatraz was a monotonous cycle of grim routines and harsh discipline. The cells were tiny, just 5 feet by 9 feet, barely enough for a man to stretch his legs. There was a strict regimen of work, meals, and lockups, leaving little room for anything else. The food was plain, the work was hard, and the isolation was severe. Yet, despite the harsh conditions, there were also tales of resilience. Many prisoners turned to art, music, and literature as a means of escape, if only in their minds. They painted, wrote, and played music, creating a world within a world that was far removed from the grim reality of their surroundings. The prison was a place of paradoxes, a place where the worst of society were confined, yet it was also a place where some found redemption and even a strange sense of peace. Alcatraz, the prison where America's most dangerous criminals were sent to disappear, was a living nightmare for those behind its walls. The thought of escape consumed many who were trapped within the concrete confines of Alcatraz. Indeed, the will to flee the brutal conditions of Alcatraz was a common thread among its inmates. Over the years, there were 14 known escape attempts involving 36 prisoners. But the one that stands out, the one that has been immortalized in books and films, is the daring escape of June 1962. This audacious plan was the brainchild of Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin. They spent months meticulously chiseling away at the vent openings in their cells with spoons and discarded saw blades. The holes led to an unguarded utility corridor, which they climbed to reach the prison roof. They then descended the exterior wall, crossed the prison yard, and launched a makeshift raft into the chilly waters of the San Francisco Bay. They were never seen again. The official report presumed them drowned, but the tantalizing possibility that they might have survived continues to fuel speculation and debate even today. While this escape was the stuff of legend, it also underscored the growing problems at Alcatraz. The prison was becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. The salty sea air was causing the buildings to deteriorate. The cost of housing inmates there was far higher than at other federal prisons, and there were concerns about the safety of the guards and their families who lived on the island. These issues culminated in Alcatraz's closure in March of 1963. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy ordered the shutdown, citing the exorbitant operating costs and the prison's deteriorating facilities. The last batch of prisoners was transferred out, and the infamous island prison was left abandoned. The closure of Alcatraz marked the end of an era, but the island's grim past continues to echo in its eerie silence. And so, the tale of Alcatraz, with its blend of harsh reality and captivating mystery, remains an enduring part of America's complex history. Today, Alcatraz stands as a haunting reminder of its past, attracting millions of visitors each year. Once a place of dread and despair, it has transformed into a beacon of curiosity, a testament to the power of history and the enduring human fascination with the darker side of our nature. Secluded in the blue waters of San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz is now a place of exploration and discovery. The island offers a unique journey through time, where every corner whispers tales of the past. The eerie silence of the cell blocks, the ghostly remnants of the guard towers, and the stark isolation of the island all contribute to an atmosphere that's both chilling and captivating. The transformation of Alcatraz from a maximum security prison to a major tourist attraction is a story of reinvention. It stands as a symbol of how even the darkest places can find a new purpose. Various tours are now available for those brave enough to step foot on the rock. From day tours that explore the prison's facilities to night tours that delve into the island's ghostly lore, there's something for everyone. The popularity of Alcatraz as a tourist destination is undeniable. Each year, countless visitors from around the globe flock to the island, drawn by its notorious past and the opportunity to step into a world that was once off limits. Its appeal lies not only in its history, but also in its mystery. the unanswered questions, and the legends that continue to swirl around it. Alcatraz's enduring allure is a testament to its unique place in the annals of American history. It's a symbol of the struggle between order and chaos, the battle between the law and those who dared to defy it. As a site of historical significance, Alcatraz serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of human nature and our capacity for both cruelty and redemption. As we step off the island, the chilling history of Alcatraz lingers, a stark reminder of the dark side of human history. But as we look back at the island, we also see a place that has found a new purpose, a place that continues to captivate and intrigue, and a place that remains in all its grim majesty, an enduring testament to the power of history.